Hi everyone, I'm Nicholas. Today we'll be going through a very in-depth analysis for the upcoming new launch, SORA. This is in Lakeside area. So today will be a very interesting analysis. It's the first time doing this, but we'll deep dive SORA as a project. We've done a lot of research, put a lot of thought process, and a lot of creative thinking has been done for this analysis. So I hope if let's say you are someone who is looking to purchase a unit at SORA or is thinking of buying a new launch today, what are the things that you need to consider before you enter a new launch, before you go for balloting? What are things that you need to think about? What kind of layout, unit type that you need to be prioritizing before you make the purchase? This kind of analysis will be really helpful to you, and let's go right into it. So this is how SORA will look like. This is at the Yuan Ching Road. There are total 4 blocks, as you can see. 2 blocks about 12 stories high, the other 2 blocks about 20 stories high. The selling point for SORA is definitely the 300-meter frontage facing the lake. So we're selling the lake. This is the major selling point for SORA. Okay, then let's look at the location map. So a bit small, let me highlight. So where we are, SORA is right over here. There are total 3 land plots. Last year, there was a new launch called Lake Garden Residence. That was the first land plot that was being launched. This is the second land plot, and definitely we have one more. So SORA, where we are at, if you can see right here, this is the entire Lake Gardens, and this is actually the first national gardens that is in the heartlands. In Singapore, there are only total 3 national gardens. I go and research. First one, Botanic Gardens. Second, Gardens by the Bay. Third one is Lake Garden. So this is 90 hectares of land, very big. And why this is important and why this is a selling point is because post-COVID, there's a huge demand of people looking to buy near nature, near parks. Because only during COVID, then we realized, the beauty and the benefits of staying near parks. Because why? Families or even couples, sometimes they want to own a dog. Like myself, I own a dog. Then if you stay beside a park, it is so much easier and so much better. During your weekend, you can imagine yourself going to the park and unwind, and this really elevates your lifestyle to another level. So there's definitely a huge benefit staying beside the park, even though we are not the nearest to MRT, but this is a huge selling point. Okay, other than the park, we are also quite close to Taman Jurong Food Centre and Taman Jurong Shopping Centre. The food centre actually not bad, got quite a lot of good food. I personally stay in Normanton Park. Sometimes I will go there just for the food and for the bubble tea. So it's quite affordable. A lot of people even during the weekdays. Then if let's say you want to go to the shopping malls, we have Boon Lay, we have Jurong Point. Jurong Point is amazing. 24 hours, fair price, and lots of things over there. If not Jurong East, you have also a lot of major malls. So location map, we are quite solid. We are in between these 2 shopping nodes, and definitely we are in the Jurong Lake District, second CBD of Singapore. So SORA is in a very interesting place. We are beside nature, but yet if you want to be near the amenities, we are also near the amenities. So these are some of the basic information we have for SORA. Number 1, we are developed by Singhai. This is a reputable developer, quite seasoned. Recently, TOP Park Clementi's is also done by them. 1 or 2 years ago, they also launched Grand Diamond. That is also a new launch. So they are very seasoned developer. We have total 4 blocks. This is the part that I have gone through already. And total 440 units. Not very big, not very small, a very good size. Expected TOP 2028. So there are about 3 to 4 years you are looking at before you can collect. It's just nice. So if you are someone looking to invest, looking to buy something after 3 years SSD, consider to offload. This is a project you can also consider. Proximity to primary schools. So our selling point is not a primary school. Within 1 km, we only got Lakeside Primary School. Within 1 to 2 km, we have quite a bit. Then for good schools, Rulang Primary School is quite a good primary school. But once again, this is not our forte, but families buying for own stay with young kids, proximity to primary schools is definitely a consideration that people will be looking at. But yes, we do have options, but this is not our strong point. Our strong point is still the lake facing. So now we'll deep dive into the site plan, unit distribution chart, and the unit mix. So this is our site plan, as you can see. Rectangular layout. We have 4 blocks over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a full condo facilities. Even though 440 units, we have a tennis court over here. So as you can see, this is a full condo facilities, swimming pool, everything is there. Where is the lake? So this is the lake area. Then in terms of facing, most of the units are facing the lake over here. The smaller unit types, the 1 plus study, the 2 bedrooms, they will be facing HDB. So the developer is very smart. They stagger the units such that you can have facing like that and like that instead of just east and west. Yeah, so that's how they maximize the views for all the residents for SORA. This is also a distribution chart. If you realize we have 4 blocks, 2 blocks of 12 stories, 2 blocks of 20 stories. And how they strategize in terms of the distribution, they actually allocate the 5 bedrooms and the 4 bedrooms. These two are the biggest bedroom types in SORA at the blocks with the higher floors. So then they maximize more units to see the lake, which is also quite smart because they will definitely be the people with the purchasing power to purchase the premium facing. So this is a unit mix. We have smallest 1 plus study, only 8.18%, 36 units only. We don't have 1 bedroom, smallest unit type 1 plus study, 2 bedroom all the way to 5 bedroom. 4 and 5 bedroom, these are minority. Only 18 units, 1 stack. You see from here, only stack 16, stack 25, these are your 4 and 5 bedrooms. So the majority of the unit mix are our 2 and 3 bedrooms over here. 2 plus study being the bulk of it. Yeah, so this is a unit mix. So now let's deep dive into the layout. We start from the 1 plus study. Okay, so this is the floor plan that you see over here. The 1 plus study is 538 square feet over here, and they are all HDB facing. 36 units only. Then let's go through the layout. So from the entrance, you can see over here, you go into the kitchen. So this is pretty standard, left and right kitchen. But the living dining area is interesting because this is rectangular. What I like about this layout, number 1, is that the master bath over here is separated from the master bedroom, which means the master, actually this is a door. If you have guests coming over, they can access to your bathroom separately, like a common toilet. Where some other condo developments, their master bath is really inside the master bedroom. Then if let's say you have any guests coming over, they have to go into your master bedroom before they can go to the master bath, and sometimes it's a bit unsightly and you don't want that. Maybe there's a lot of clutter, not as much privacy. So this is one of the consideration, but the developer has planned this well such that the master bath is outside of the master bedroom. Second selling point is that the study over here, this is a good size study. Why do we say that? Because some of the study is just one corner at the kitchen, maybe just like that, or they protrude outwards like that, then they call it a study. It's actually a very common thing these days. And that is hardly usable in today's context. If you want to put an opening there, sometimes it may be difficult. But for this study over here, this is actually a very good study. Why? Because what we can do a enclosable study. We can put bifold doors or PD doors. And this is very usable because why? For example, you and your spouse, and let's say for example you are doing OT tonight, and then your spouse wants to rest first, you can just simply enclose this area. Your spouse can sleep, and then you can continue working here. If you need to go to the toilet, you simply just go out to your balcony, access, and go to the master bath, and then your spouse will be very happy with uninterrupted sleep. Then of course, if you don't need to OT that day and you just want to enjoy a very big master bedroom, then this is a very, very big master bedroom. And it's one of the biggest that we have seen in today's context. Yeah, for a 1 bedroom or 1 plus study to have such a big master bedroom is quite rare. Another reason why it's so big is because this wardrobe is tucked away over here. It does not protrude out like that. And so that's why the whole master bedroom, when you enter, it should feel very big. One key thing to take note, this living dining, as you can see, the balcony is like that. And this is a window, but there's no view because this is blocked by another unit. So the actual view is just here, which is HDB facing. So this is something that you need to take note. It's something that we realize after we take a look at the site model. But largely, this layout is very good for own stay. 538 square feet, this is very big for a 1 plus study. And the layout is very efficiently planned for own stay. But as an investor, if you are looking to buy to rent out, would this be a good layout to purchase? Now we'll look at it. So to find out whether this will make sense to buy to rent out, we take a look at Lake Grande. This is the latest development in the lakeside area that recently TOP a few years back. So how is the performance of the 1 bedroom and 1 plus study in comparison? So we see 409 square feet, 474 square feet. Even within the 1 bedroom, there is a huge gap in terms of size, but we take the average rental 3725. This is the 1 bedroom. Then we take a look at the 1 plus study, 517 square feet, marginally bigger than the 474 square feet. And we find out the average rental is actually lower. So what does this mean? It shows that getting that additional study may not definitely translate a higher rental. And that would definitely affect your rental yield. Why? Because you are purchasing a bigger size. Let me do some quick calculation. If today 517, I take 517 minus 409, this is 108 square feet difference. And today, let's say you are purchasing SORA, and SORA, let's say, launch at 2000 PSF. This will translate to almost 200K difference. 200K difference after TOP, if the rental no difference, or the difference is very marginal, is this a good rental yield? I don't think so. So that's why if you are buying a 1+ study in SORA just to rent out as a 1+ study, is not a very good idea, and we will not recommend it. However, we also realize that if a 1+ study can be rented out as a compact 2-bedroom, the Lake Grande 2-bedroom compact rental is 4,200, and this is quite interesting. Then now we need to study the floor plan of the SORA 1+ study to see whether is it possible to convert this 1+ study layout into a 2 compact. So there we are. This is the same floor plan as before. If we were to put a partition over here in the living room, instead of a living, you have a single bed over here. Then this can potentially be a 2-bedroom compact, 2-bed, 1-bath, where both bedrooms can use the bathroom, both bedrooms can access to the balcony. Then this, if you were to purchase this, you sell the partition, you put a door over here, you rent out as a 2-bed, 1-bath, potentially you will further increase your rental yield. And why is this possible? There's one huge disclaimer that we need to make, is that because SORA does not have a 2-bed, 1-bath layout. If today SORA has like 50 to 100 units of 2-bed, 1-bath, and when doing keys collection you say, hey, Nick told me that if I put a partition, I can rent out 2-bed, 1-bath, I can compete with a 2-bed, 1-bath competitor and get a potentially higher rental, then I don't think that will work out. Because why? Out of these 50 to 100 units of the original 2-bed, 1-bath, a lot of them will be also renting out, and that will be a competition. However, in SORA's context, because there's no 2-bed, 1-bath layout, when during TOP, the 2-bed, 1-bath, let's say the 2-bed, 2-bath were to rent out at 5,000 or 5,500, then for you, a 1+ study, as we can see, it was about 3,008, thereabout. But if you were to sell this partition and you become 2-bed, 1-bath, suddenly in terms of supply, maybe you are just a 1 or 2 units. From a 1+ study became a 2-bed, 1-bath layout. Because of the low in supply, you are able to command a higher rental. So maybe if you were to ask for rental 4,200, 4,300, people may take it because there's no other 2-bed, 1-bath within SORA, within a new development. Yeah, so that's where we can fill in the market gap, and that's where this will work. So it will not work for every development. It's just so happen that we can leverage on the developer's distribution mix in terms of the floor plan. Because there's no 2-bed, 1-bath, that's why we can fill in the market gap, and that's why this may work. So to further understand, we also need to study the current supply of 1-bedroom and 1+ study in District 22, which essentially, even though it looks very big, but maybe it's all around here because this is Tuas, then this is Jurong Island where there's no condo. Yeah. So in District 22, there are only total of 553 units of 1-bedroom and 1+ study. So at this rate, we don't know, okay, is that a lot of units? Is that not many units? We don't know. Then we go and study how many of these units are for sale. 1-bedroom, 3% of the supply is on the property guru on the listing portal. 1+ study, 8%. In total, on average, we only have 4%. So out of 553 units, only 4% of this supply is for sale in District 22. So this is actually extremely low. So why would this be the case? So for people who buy 1-bedroom and 1+ study, most of the time these are investors. These are people who bought it to rent out. If they don't want to sell, this could mean that potentially the rental is good, the rental yield is good. There's no reason for them to sell. Maybe the rental is very consistent, they bought at a good price, rental yield is good. That's why they have no reason they want to sell. Yeah. So then after that, we want to compare this with a nearby district and see how does it compare. So we take District 21. District 21 is at Clementi Park and Upper Bukit Timah. So in District 21, we realized that there's total 966 units of 1-bedroom and 1+ study. In terms of units for sale, there is a total of 11% units for sale. So just by numbers itself, between District 22 and District 21, we realized that in terms of supply, wow, about double from District 22. We see here, 553 unit. here 966 units. So about double. But in terms of units for sale, wow, this is 11%, previously it was 4%. So it's more than double. So why is this the case? Okay, so for Upper Bukit Timah and Clementi Park area, for this District 21, they tend to be freehold units, very big, slightly older. The rental yield is not as great in District 21. So that is potentially a reason why a lot of these owners are looking to sell. So there are higher percentage of units for sale at any given time. But what does this mean to us if we are looking to purchase a unit at SORA? That means that actually we are very safe. Why? Because at any given point in time, if we want to sell our 1+ study, we are potentially only facing 4% of competition. As compared to our nearby district, they potentially enter at a higher price. They have more than double of our competition, 11%. So if you are someone looking to purchase a 1+ study, eventually you want to sell, might not be that difficult because of the lack in supply in District 22, and therefore maybe you can command a better premium. So okay, now the next question will be, okay, SORA is launching. How do we determine whether what is a safe entry price to enter SORA? So what we do here, we compare the pricing strategy with Lake Garden Residence. Why? Because we are just a neighbor project. Lake Garden Residence is just directly beside SORA, and the site plan, as you can see, this is Lake Garden site plan, is very similar to SORA. Generally, there are two facing, so the lake is here. There are units facing directly to the lake. There are units that are staggered facing to the lake, and there are also units facing to the HDB. So the only key difference is that Lake Garden, there are units directly facing to the lake, and for SORA, it's all staggered. That's the key difference, but generally, the two main facing will be whether you're facing a lake or you're not facing a lake. Yeah, they also have a tennis court, so it's quite similar. And why do we want to compare Lake Garden? It's because even though we are different product, location, everything is the same, so we want to study what is the price difference, the relative price difference when they price the HDB facing and the lake facing. So today, we are looking at Lake Garden. This is the launch price of Lake Garden last year. What we are doing right here, we are comparing the 1-bedroom and 4-bedroom. Why? Because we want to compare in terms of facing, is there any premium? So logically, if you think there should be a premium, because why? The selling point is the lake facing, so there should be a premium for lake facing units, and we want to find out what's the premium. So if I stand over here, you can see the premium better. Then what we did is that we take 3 different levels from high floor, mid floor, low floor. We want to see at different floor level, what is the premium that we are paying for the lake, or the discount factor we are paying to be facing HDB facing. So we come to realize, okay, let's look at level 2. 0203, this is a 1-bedroom. 0208, this is a 4-bedroom. So we look at the PSF strictly. The difference is 5.5%. So what is 5.5%? The price difference between HDB facing and lake facing is 5.5%. The discount of buying a HDB facing is 5.5% of the lake facing, meaning HDB facing is 5.5% cheaper than lake facing. Simple as that for the low floor. But as we go up, things get more interesting. In the mid floor or level 10, some people can call it high floor. This is in red because we realize that this is higher than this. So if you look at it, it's like, bo hua leh. Yeah, but bear in mind, this is 4-bedroom, this is 1-bedroom. 1-bedroom PSF is generally higher. So there's also another factor of that we haven't considered. So there is a reason why 1-bedroom PSF can be higher. If given for same facing, 1-bedroom PSF usually for other developments, they are higher than 4-bedroom. But because right now we have lake facing and HDB facing, so it's a bit more difficult. But in this situation, when we take a look like that, the 1-bedroom of a 10th floor unit is higher PSF than the 4-bedroom PSF, all else constant. Yeah. So of course, when you take a look at this, if of course, the buyer for 1-bedroom and 4-bedroom are very different, but if you have the money, obviously the 4-bedroom makes more sense than the 1-bedroom in terms of PSF. But since the buyer is different, we just want to understand, does this make sense to enter? So if today SORA launch and you want to buy a 10th floor unit, how can Lake Garden prices help you understand whether this is a safe entry price? So let's say today I want to buy a level 10, 1+ study layout, and if the price comes out and if anything, the HDB facing the 1+ study PSF is lower than a 4-bedroom lake facing, then it's a no-brainer. This is a very safe entry price. Why? Because at level 10, this PSF is higher than the lake facing. So just by that, you can understand, okay, very safe entry price because my neighbor project, they enter at a higher PSF than their 4-bedroom neighbors. Okay, then for level 17, the gap is even smaller, but at least this one, the HDB facing is still cheaper Yeah. Going back to level 2, for example, if you're an investor, you just want to buy a 1+ study, you want to flip to invest, what would be a safe entry price? We know that 5.5%, this is the discount factor of buying a HDB facing, or rather, buying a lake facing, this is a 5.5% premium that you are paying if you're buying a 4-bedroom. So, if today SORA launch and you're buying a low floor, 2nd to 3rd floor, if the discount of buying a HDB facing 1+ study is more than 5.5%, maybe it's 6, 7, 8% cheaper than a 4-bedroom condo facing the lake, then this is a very safe entry price for you to enter SORA 1+ study. So this is how we make sense of the data. Depending on which floor levels you want to purchase, we take a look at Lake Garden, how they were once priced during the launch day. Of course, today, some of these units are sold, so it's not a very fair comparison to take today's launch prices. What we want to understand is that based on Lake Garden's launch prices, how was it priced, how the developer strategized in terms of pricing, and since they're of different product, we can only take the percentage difference of these two facing. And then that would be a more fair comparison to compare Lake Garden and SORA, because they are, after all, two different products. The absolute PSF can be very different. It may still make sense to go for a more expensive one as long as the relative price difference makes sense. So this is how we analyze in terms of 1-bedroom and 4-bedroom in terms of different facing. So let's go for 2-bedroom layout. Okay, for 2-bedroom, we have two different layouts. They are all 2-bed, 2-bath. First one, 646 square feet over here, B1. These two layouts, they are all HDB facing, so in terms of facings, it's the same. This is a dumbbell layout. Okay, let's look at the floor plan. When we enter the unit, we have a window over here. This is a good thing. Aircon latch is over here, so we have a window over here, and we also have a window at the master bath. Yeah, dumbbell layout is a very popular layout for investors and also people to purchase a 2-bedroom at a lower entry price, because the size tends to be smaller because there's no walkway in the unit. As compared to B2, you can see a small walkway over here. So some people will be like, this walkway, you are paying for it. But this B2 is what we call the conventional layout. But let's go back to B1 first. Okay, for master bath, we have a window, but bath 2, there's no window. So these are the key things to take note. But essentially, actually this layout is not bad already, because why? Most of the 2-bedroom projects in the new launches do not have windows in the bathroom, do not have windows in the kitchen. So having all this is already a win in terms of layout. And why is the developer able to do this is because most likely these two layouts, they are corner units. And therefore, they are able to put the aircon latch over here. They are able to build your windows over here. And they are also able to give you full floor to ceiling height windows, and this is also another win. Because most of the 2-bedroom layouts, the bedroom 2 here will have an aircon latch. So what does this mean? This aircon latch potentially will eat up half of your wall. So the lower half will be just wall. Then you only have view from above. The window is just above. So it's not full floor to ceiling height window. And then that will decrease your ambient lighting. And that's not that great because for 2-bedroom, it's a compact size. You need as much natural light entering the unit as much as possible. So for SORA, actually, both of this layout is very, very good. So dumbbell layout, we cover already 646 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath. Why is it called dumbbell? Because the bedrooms is over here and over here. Yeah? So the weights are over here, that's why it's called a dumbbell layout. Okay, B2, 667 square feet. This is a conventional layout. Once again, main entrance you come in is the same as the dumbbell layout. So for this kind of layout, for the kitchen, if you want to have like a sliding door over here, you can consider. Because why? You have a window over here. So let's say, for example, today you want to, you want to have the wok here, right? You can close up this sliding door, and then you can have major cooking over here. The oil does not go into your living dining area, and the fumes will just go out. I mean, you have the cooker hood, but if not, you will enter out from your kitchen window, and that is great. Yeah. But what I like about this is that your bathroom too also has a window. So both bathrooms have window. Both bedroom, you can put a queen size bed, not an issue. Yeah, personally, I would prefer the conventional layout because other than the window, it gives you more privacy. For example, if you and your spouse, you want to host friends, let's say your spouse friends comes over and you want to have an early night, you can be in the master bedroom resting, and then your spouse and your friends can be here. And that gives you more privacy. Whereas in a dumbbell layout, if anything happens here, I don't think you are able to have the privacy and the tranquility to really have the rest. So that's the key difference between why some people may prefer a conventional layout over a dumbbell layout. Okay, but the key thing is this. For example, if today you are looking to buy to invest, then which of these layouts should you buy? So we've come to realize, actually, in terms of these two layouts, the size difference is only 21 square feet. 21 square feet is only 3.25% in terms of size difference. Assuming PSF is the same, then you are just looking at maybe few tens of thousands of price difference. So which should you get? In resale market, this will appeal to investors. This will appeal to own stay and investors, maybe. So if, for example, today I collect keys already, there are 50 people looking for own stay, 30 people looking for investment. Here only got 30. In this layout, I'm able to capture more people. 80 buyers compared to 30 buyers over here, just for a 3.25% premium. Assuming it's the same PSF, then B2 definitely makes more sense, because you have more flexibility in terms of who you're going to sell to. So this is very, very strong. So between these two layouts, I would choose B2 because size difference not much. Okay, then now we come to 2+ study. 2+ study, we also have only two layouts. They are of the same size, 732 square feet. And now it's more interesting because 2+ study is the entry layout if you want to purchase a lake-facing unit. So let's deep dive in terms of the layout. They are quite similar. Kitchen come in same. Your kitchen is spread left and right, but there's no window in your kitchen. Okay, why is this the case? If you realize also the aircon latch is over at the bedroom 2, which is very popular for other 2-bedroom developments. Why is this the case? It's because this 2+ study is sandwiched between 2 units or more. So they're not able to build the aircon latch over here because there's another unit over here. So because of that, they are not able to build you the window in your bathrooms. And why window in the bathroom is very important, maybe I forgot to share about this, is because when you go into resale property, if some of the units are not as well maintained, you will feel that, wow, the bathrooms maybe is more humid, or there's more likelihood of mold issue. And this is a result of because there's no natural ventilation. Not enough ambient light or natural light coming into the unit, not enough airflow, there are more issues in the bathroom. You won't feel as good. So nothing beats natural ventilation, and that's why having a window is quite important if you can. Then other than that, both are dumbbell layout, so that's quite standard. Aircon latch, this one is L-shaped. Then the key difference would be this is a rectangular balcony and this is a squarish balcony. Now we have checked balcony sizes, both are 5 square meters, so they are the same, just that this is squarish, then this is rectangular. Between the two, rectangular balcony is better because it's easier for us to place furniture like a dining table or even your laundry rack for you to air your laundry. But more importantly, if you take a look here, this is an aircon latch. So when there's an aircon latch here, quite likely this window is also half. Because remember, just now I mentioned, if the aircon latch is here, most likely your window is half. So you only see the top part. What does this mean to you or to the buyers? During TOP, when you collect keys, you enter the room, you enter the house, you are supposed to be greeted by the whole lake, right? But here, you have a half wall. So that is a bit of a downside. So between these two, this would be our preferred choice. Because same size, but when we enter, the sense of the view is quite different. This, you'll be greeted much better because you are able to see this unblocked lake view. Yeah. So 2+ study, who will attract? Most likely for own stay people, because later we will take a look at the rental yield, but this is the entry to having the lake view. So if you are someone who is looking for a lake view, you want to buy a 2-bedroom or 2+ study, then this is the only product that we have. But thankfully, we have quite a bit of percentage over here for you to choose from. Then now we take a look at site plan. Between these two, now we already shortlist. B3S is the layout to go. Even within B3S, there's a lot of stacks, but not all stacks are created the same. Now we'll show you which stacks to go for. So as you can see, 23, 24, 17, 18, 11, and 12. Do you realize that 11 and 12, your neighbor here protrudes outwards more? As compared to 17, 18, you are able to have a more unblocked frontage. So because of that, when you stand at 11 and 12 at the balcony, your view perception will be more limited because of your neighbor. And also, not to mention, you probably will be able to see your neighbors, maybe the common bathroom, the window. So if they open, maybe you can see everything. Yeah, not as great. So because of that, if given same price, 23, 24, 17, 18, this will be our top choice, not 11 and 2. Unless there's a significant price difference in terms of PSF, then yes, 11 and 2 may make sense. Yeah, because when we collect keys and you go into the unit, you have a very, very different perception of the view. Okay, let's understand, does it make sense for us to enter SORA 2 Plus study if you are looking to rent out? So once again, we look at Lake Grande. This is most recent TOP project in the lakeside area. The 2-bedroom, 721 square feet, average rental 4,007. 2 Plus study, 818 square feet. This is about 100 square feet difference. But the rental only go up by $80. So you can take a look here. 818 square feet, 4,008. So the difference only $80. 100 square feet in SORA, you are probably paying 200,000 of difference if you are looking at 2K PSF, just a ballpark figure. 2,000 premium, $200,000 premium for $80 a month, your rental yield, it will not be great. So that's why as an investor, if you are looking to purchase, to rent out your 2 Plus study, then I think SORA 2 Plus study will not make as much sense. You can consider the 2-bed deluxe. Second thing, let's look at Caspian. This is another case study, also near Lakeside MRT. 2-bedroom, 936 square feet. We are looking at 4,006 rental. Then the 2 Plus study, this layout is actually very good. 1,001 square feet with a very good layout where this study, you actually can hack to make it a very good landscape living room. So this is a very good layout. But your rental only increased by $100. So 60 plus square feet of difference, if we take in SORA context, it'll be 120,000 difference. Just for $100 of increase in rental. So once again, 2 Plus study will not make as much sense in terms of rental yield, because if you are buying to rent out, then that's all you're looking for. But that does not mean that it won't make sense if you're just buying 2 Plus study to flip, because there will be buyers who are buying for own stay, for the view. Because once again, if you are someone looking for a 2-bedroom with lake view, then the 2 Plus study is the only option we have. So now let's look at 2-bedroom pricing strategy. Once again, we are back at Lake Gardens. This is a site plan. Then 2-bedroom is HDB facing, 4-bedroom lake facing. This is similar to SORA. Okay, we look at level 2 for both of the facing, 1928 square feet, 2109 square feet. The difference, 9.4%. So HDB facing is actually 9.4% cheaper in terms of PSF than lake facing. What does this mean to us? If today SORA is launched and you see the price, if SORA 2-bedroom is 10%, 11%, 12% cheaper than the 4-bedroom lake facing, then this is a very, very safe entry price for you to enter SORA 2-bedroom. But if the difference in terms of price is only 5%, which means if SORA 2-bedroom is only 5% cheaper, 4% cheaper, 3% cheaper than the 4-bedroom lake facing, then that is something that we will be concerned. Maybe it may not make as much sense for a low level 2-bedroom. So once again, we need to deep dive. Which floor level, what is the price difference? Because every floor level, the price difference is different. And all these things it's very difficult for you to think about during balloting, during the booking day. Because when it's your turn, wow, there's so much information you have, but there's not enough time for you to internalize and make a decision right there. So all these things is very important for us to know before we go for a booking day. So of course, if you need help with anything, please feel free to reach out to us or check with your agent, so that when you go in for balloting for booking, you will make a more informed decision that you will not regret. So interestingly, the 2-bedroom mid-floor, this is when the price converge, 3.7%. So you just look at this plainly, the 4-bedroom makes more sense because the PSF difference is not much. But if today you want to buy a SORA 10th floor, 2-bedroom, how will we know whether it's a safe entry price? Once again, if the price difference between the 2-bedroom and 4-bedroom, if the 2-bedroom at SORA is 5-6% cheaper than the 4-bedroom lake facing, then yes, it should be a very, very safe price. But if the price difference is only 1 to 2% cheaper than a 4-bedroom lake facing, then that's something that you should be a bit more concerned. So that's how we make sense of all this data. Then 17th floor, of course, is the same thing. So it makes a bit more sense here where the prices increase, because with high floor lake facing, this is a very, very premium facing. So people would be very willing to pay this unblocked lake facing view as compared to a HDB facing. That's why the premium goes back up. Whereas on the low floor, second level, maybe here is facing the road, then this one is still facing trees, no doubt. But the discount factor for the road is still bigger than the tree facing. And so that's how the developer price it. So this is how it makes sense of Lake Garden pricing strategy. on SORA pricing strategy. Then we take a look at the 2-bedroom and 2+ study. So for SORA and Lake Garden, the 2-bedroom is HDB facing, 2+ study lake facing same. Then we take a look low floor, once again 4.67. So low floor, we can see a trend that the low floor has the most discount factor. That means if you want to buy a smaller unit type facing HDB, the HDB facing actually is quite wuhua, quite a good buy. If you want to buy a low 2nd, 3rd, 4th floor unit HDB facing, because the discount factor is there. Whereas when you go up, right, this one is more linear. As you go up, the price gap becomes smaller. So once again, I explain again, if you are looking at SORA 2-bedroom compared to a 2+ study lake facing, if the 2-bedroom is 5, 6, 7% cheaper than a 2+ study lake facing, then it's very safe to enter for SORA 2-bedroom. If we take a look at 2+ study, how can we make sense of this? If SORA 2+ study is only 3%, 2% or 1% more expensive than the 2-bedroom HDB facing, then the 2+ study is actually also very safe for low floor 2+ study unit. So this is how it makes sense of the data. So once again, this is a summary of our 2-bedroom top choices. If you are buying for investment, we will still recommend the 667 square feet. Of course, own stay also 667 square feet, unless you need the study or you want the view. Yeah. So if you're buying for own stay, you like the lake facing, then this is the layout to consider. Not the other 2+ study layout, because the balcony this way, 3 panels, when you come in, you'll be greeted by the unblocked lake view. And we're only looking at these 2 stacks, stack 2 and stack 11. If you go back, okay, our top choice for the 2+ study is not the stack 2, stack 11. This is a typo. Our top choice is actually stack 17, 18, 23, 24, because here you are more blocked. So 2 and 11 is the stack that we want to avoid. So this is something that you need to take note. Sorry for the typo, but these 4 stacks are the ones that we should be looking at. Okay, now let's begin the 3-bedroom layout analysis. So this is the 3 compact, the smallest 3-bedroom unit type we have, only 22 units. This is 5% of the whole SORA development. 936 square feet. This is also lake facing, because right now 2-bedroom plus study and above, they're all facing the lake. So this is where we are. Okay, let's look at the layout itself. When we come in, what I like about this, there's no wastage of space. They don't have like a long walkway, which is up a lot of space. We have a kitchen that's tucked into one corner. And if you realize, there's a glass over here. So when you're in the kitchen or when you enter here, you are greeted by a very nice frontage over here with the lake. And a lot of ambient lighting can enter the kitchen. So this makes the whole place bigger. However, there's no window in the kitchen. This is something to take note. But for a 3-bedroom smallest unit type, usually what we call a 3-bedroom compact, this is not bad already, because a lot of the 3 compact, they tend to be kitchenette over here. Totally not enclosable. But at least this kitchen is tucked into one corner, makes it more usable for family. Another good thing about this is that we have this flexi, which you can make it into a study area, a storeroom. So it's a it's a utility room. You can put a sliding door over here if you want, and then this can be an enclosed study area or a storeroom. But if you want a bigger dining area, you can also take this out, and then you can put a 10-seater for a dining area. So this is also very, very beneficial for families. However, the downside of this is that we have an aircon edge over here. Then this eats up the wall of your bedroom 2 and 3. So when you're inside, you take a look at the view, your wall will be half. Then this is quite a disappointing factor because you are buying a lake-facing unit. What you want is the view. But because of this, half of the view is gone for bedroom 2 and 3, lesser ambient lighting and lesser view. So this is quite not a very good thing. But also bear in mind, this is the entry to a 3-bedroom unit in SORA. So this may still make sense in terms of price point, in terms of the size. Bathroom 2 is also on the smaller side if you take a look here as compared to the master bath. But that may make sense to people because we don't need such a big bathroom. Yeah, but this is just something to take note. But what I like about is the master bedroom. It's very big. The wardrobe is tucked away in one corner. This area, you can have your kids' bed over here, baby cot, or if you want to have a dressing table over here, you can, or a small study area, you also can. Or you want an OSIM chair over here, also can. Yeah, so this master bedroom actually is very, very comfortable for the owners, And that's a huge major selling point for this 3-bedroom compact. But anyway, only 22 units, 5%. So I would say this unit type would be for people looking for the entry 3-bedrooms in SORA because of budget. So no choice, this will be the unit for you because it should be the most affordable 3-bedroom in SORA. Then, if we take a look at the 3-bedroom premium and the 3+ study, we have quite a few unit types to take a look. So now we take a look at 3 different unit types. First, 3 premium, actually only one, 14.55%, C2 1098 square feet. There's quite a few stacks over here. All these are all lake facing. So I've already denoted yellow color. This is where the stacks are at. Yeah. Then let's go through the floor plan together. Okay, so once you come in, there is a slightly longer walkway. But this longer walkway may make sense to people because you can build carpentry over here to put your stuff. And this will be very useful for families because definitely you have a lot of things to store. Okay, you have a full kitchen. This is glass also, which is nice. A lot of ambient lighting can come into it. Then a yard, WC, home shelter. These are things that families with kids, bigger family unit types, they will be looking at this kind of layout instead of the 3-bedroom deluxe that we saw, or sometimes we call a 3 compact. This 3 premium is definitely an entry unit type, we will say, for bigger families because they need a home shelter to be used as a storeroom and they need a yard area and WC. WC itself is also quite interesting. If you don't need the WC, because some people use the WC as a helper's washroom, but if not, you can convert this into another yard area if you need an extended yard area, because some people don't need additional toilet over here with the basin and the toilet bowl. They don't need. So you can change it to extend this entire yard area because why? There's a window in this WC. You see over here. So there's natural ventilation. And also the good thing is a bathroom 2 and master bath also all have windows as compared to the 3-bedroom deluxe. All 3 bedrooms can fit queen size bed as usual, but right now your icon latch, because it's over here, you are able to have full floor to ceiling height windows. And that means that your lake facing, no matter which bedroom you are at, you are able to have full floor to ceiling height of lake view. And that is also a selling point. The dining area is also quite big. This is actually bigger than the 3 deluxe if you never take down the flexi. So you take a look at the dining here, 6-seater, is flush nicely over here. If you compare here, this protrudes out a bit, which means actually this walkway is a bit tighter because we have a flexi over here. So this 3 premium makes sense because the living and dining is of better size. But more importantly, you get the unblocked view in your bedroom 2 and 3 because you have no icon latch. And for me, a personal favorite is that I have my window in my toilets. I need that. Yeah. Master bedroom as usual, very, very big because you can put a study table over here, or you can put, once again, an OSIM chair or your dressing table. You can definitely fit. And the wardrobe is also tucked into one corner over here. This is a huge selling point. Yeah, so that is the 3-bedroom premium. Then now, let's take a look at the 3+ study. Also 64 units, 14.5%. These two layouts, they are very, very similar. So I'll just go through one of it. The key difference is just the walkway, okay? Between these two, difference is the walkway. The difference between the 3+ study and the 3-bedroom premium, of course, is the study. The study placement is over here. But because of this study, suddenly our bathroom 2 does not have a window. Why? Because the walkway here is not long enough for the bathroom 2 to come out to have a window at the aircon latch area. So bo pian. This is a constraint. But another good thing is that we have a window over here. So this is what we call a panoramic window. It's good because there's more ambient lighting that comes into your bedroom, and also because now we are facing lake facing, you're able to see a bit of view over here. So that's also a good thing. Master bedroom size, once again, very good. You have space, you can put a small table over here, and your wardrobe is tucked away in one corner, which is a personal favorite. This is very, very unique and it's a huge selling point for SORA. Study itself has window, just that the bathroom 2 does not have a window. So between these two, if you need a study area, of course, I will take the smaller walkway because I don't need that big a long walkway. You can still build a carpentry over here to store your stuff, and I think that's good enough. Because after all, we are paying per square foot. If the square feet difference is really just a walkway, then I think it's not as worth it. Then now let's look at the last 3+ study layout. This is our personal favorite, and now we will go through why. 3 plus study, this is lake facing once again. This is the most corner unit, stack 10, stack 3, facing like that. Once you come in, immediately you have a smaller walkway. You still don't see the living room, but this walkway itself is smaller compared to the other one. Kitchen, yard, WC. Okay, WC does not have window, but that's okay because maybe the WC will not be very well utilized anyway. Your yard has the window, and so the WC actually can be an extension of the yard as we discussed earlier. Home shelter, in peace times, it can be your storage. But bathroom 2, yes, we have a window. Master window. Master bedroom, interestingly, they place the bed like that because why? We have windows over here. And this gives you more ambient lighting and more view. But personally, I would prefer to place the bed over here on this side, if possible, so that we'll be facing the door. It's a feng shui thing. It's not as great if you place the bed like that. But I believe developer did this so to let you see that, hey, I have windows over here to increase my ambient lighting and increase the view. Yeah. Then master bedroom, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, all can fit queen size bed, not an issue. Full floor to ceiling height windows for all of these bedrooms. But the huge selling point over here is the study. The study over here, if you are someone who doesn't need the study, but you want to have a bigger living area, then this is the layout for you because you can take this down and have a very wide frontage living area, which is very rare for a 3-bedroom. Even some of the 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom in the new launch development, they don't build all this wide frontage layout anymore. And why is this wide frontage good? Because number one, you're paying for the view, right? When you come in, you step in here, you want to see this panoramic view. Imagine yourself when you stand, you buy a lake facing, you buy a high floor lake facing. If you take this down, yes, you do have a beam over here, but you have a panoramic view of the lake area. And this is very powerful during resale because when your next buyer comes in, most likely they're buying for own stay, they're buying for the view. When they come in, if they fall in love with the view, then that's it. Any price you call, more likely they will accept. Because people who buy 3 plus study usually they are not investors. So you have to tune into the mentality of an own stay buyer. So the flexibility of us taking this down and creating a wide frontage living room, this is a huge selling point. Of course, if you want to have a study because you work from home a lot, this is also very good. Why? Because this layout, you are able to enjoy the view while you work. Because you paid the premium for lake facing. Previously, your study is on a different side. And that side is not a lake facing, it's the HDB facing. So that won't be as great. So no matter what, this 3 plus style layout will still be better than the previous 2 if budget is not an issue, because in terms of size, this is of course the biggest. So right now, let's summarize what is our top choices for 3-bedroom. If you are someone who is a bit budget constrained, you have a family, you need 3 full bedrooms that can put queen size bed, maybe you don't cook a lot. Then you don't need the window in the kitchen. You need a storeroom, so the flex makes sense for you. Then this is a layout for you, because this would most probably be the most affordable 3-bedroom in SORA, and this would still make sense because you need a 3 full bedroom. Yeah. Then if let's say you a bit budget constrained, but you need the study and the storeroom, then this layout would be better because you have a full kitchen, a yard, and WC with the window in the yard, window in the WC, bath 2, and master bath. So this type C2 would be ideal for you if you need a study and a storeroom and you're a bit budget constrained. Yeah, actually this is a very comfortable layout, and I think this will be very popular in the resale market as well, because this is the entry layout for anyone who is looking for a 3-bedroom with yard, with a utility. Instead of utility, you get a home shelter, and yeah, this is the entry layout. So this will definitely have a huge market. But if today you don't have any budget constraint, you just want to be comfortable, you just want to have a nice view, or you have a big family, you have a lot of kids maybe, and you need a very big living area, then this wide frontage would be for you. Or if you're someone who works at home a lot and you want the view while you work, then this 3 plus study is also good for you. Because why? Your study is here, and personal favorite bathroom 2, master bath, all have windows. And the yard, I will convert the WC into extension of my yard for my laundry. If I want to shift my washer inside, or I want to have a separate dryer, or even if you want to have a dishwashing machine, you can make the switch. Maybe dishwashing machine you put here, washing machine you put here. Of course, this is in a case where maybe you don't have helper, or if you don't mind your helper using the bathroom too, then this will make sense. So this is our summary for our 3-bedroom and 3+ study. Let's go on to 4-bedroom layout. So 4-bedroom, wow, this is really complete luxury. Our 4-bedroom has private lift, this is number 1. So let's go through the layout. 1528 square feet, only 18 units, only 1 stack. Private lift, you come out, this is your main door. So how private lift works usually is you have an access card, you go to the private lift lobby, you tap, the lift will just auto brings you to the level you are at. If you don't have the access card, you are not able to go to the level. That's why it's called a private lift. And you only share the private lift with your neighbors staying in the same stack. That means everyone owns a 4-bedroom. Why private lift can be important to you is because during rush hours, during the morning and the evening, people will be rushing. And if let's say you need to rush to work, you need to wait for the lift, especially in like 30, 40 stories development, wow, you probably will wait for quite some time. So the beauty of private lift is that you only share the lift with your neighbors on the same stack. And since 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom, these are bigger families with a lot more people, having your own private lift definitely will be easier for you during these rush hours. So not only, of course, you feel shocked when you take the lift, you come back from a long day of work or you go out, you can take the private lift. But rational terms it makes a lot of sense when you rush off to work or you come back from work, you just want to get to your unit. This is a faster route. Okay, so let's go out from the private lift. When you come out, what I like about this is that immediately you are greeted by this large frontage layout of this living and dining. So imagine you step out of your private lift lobby, you buy a level 10 to level 17 unit, or maybe level 10 to level 20 unit, because in SORA we got up to level 20. You step out, this is the unblocked lake facing. Lots of ambient lighting in the day, and the view greets you immediately when you reach home. Wow, the feeling will be very impressive. Because why? 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, these people are buying for own stay. So view actually is very important because SORA, we are selling the view. So this is a very key, important thing to take note. And we have a landscape layout over here, which is increasingly rare. A lot of the new launches, they are building portrait layouts for 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom. What does this mean? It means your living, dining is like that, and your balcony is over here. So what's the difference? When you step in, you are only limited by the light entering like that. As compared to this, when you come out, your light is like that. So the whole house, even though it's 1,005 square feet, maybe it feels like 1,007 square feet. That's the difference of having a wide frontage layout. And that's why it's much better to get something like that. Okay. Other than living dining, what I like about this is that all your 4 bedrooms, your master bedroom 2, bedroom 3, and your junior master, they all can fit queen size bed. Some of the new launches, the 4th bedroom can only fit single bed. So we don't have that issue. All bedrooms can fit queen size bed. Okay. We also have a junior master, which is great because, for example, you want to have 3-gen living. You are living with your parents, you are living with your kids. Then your parents can consider staying at this junior master. You have more privacy with you and your kids over here. And the good thing about having this is a bit like a dumbbell, except the weight is uneven, such that your walkway is not that big. As compared to other new launches with 4 bedrooms off flanked to one side, right? Their walkway is really long, can do catwalk one. But this one, 1 bedroom is over here, 3 bedrooms over here, your walkway is actually not very big. Maybe here it's a bit longer, but it's still not as long as if you were to flank everything in one side. Yeah, so there's beauty in that. Another good thing is that this bedroom 3, even though we have aircon ledge here, do you know that this you'll also be facing the lake? So you see, stack 25, we are here. This bedroom 3 view will be facing here, and this is the lake. So a lot of other developments, if the bedroom is not facing the general direction, you will be facing maybe your neighbor, or you'll be facing not very nice view, or you'll be facing another unit. But for bedroom 3, yes, our view is half, but we still get the lake. So it's actually quite bang for the buck. So the way they stagger the unit types is very smart of the developer to maximize the views to everybody. But of course, bathroom 2, unfortunately here we don't have space for a window because they are trying to make it more squarish, more efficient. But your master bedroom is very big once again. You can put a small dressing table or a study table. You have window over here. You have a walk-in wardrobe over here, which is also a selling point. Then if you really want, you can also put a sliding door over here to cover if you really need to. If not, it's not necessary to do it. Yeah. Then on the other side, junior master, this is fairly straightforward. So junior master with a junior bath. If, let's say, you're not staying with your parents, then how would this junior master be useful for you? Maybe you have friends and family visiting you from time to time, staying with you, or you have overseas friends and family that might come and stay with you. This would be a good one for them because it can maximize privacy for your immediate family over here. Or if you're someone who works at home a lot and you need your own space during office hours, this can be your office. Then this is just, this other side will be for your family. Yeah, so that's how we can make use of this layout for a greater pool of buyers. Dry kitchen, wet kitchen, this is also good. Wet kitchen, your window is over here, then your yard area is over here. This is your service door for, let's say, any delivery, food delivery, they'll be going through here. The beauty of this thing is when your door open, they can only see your WC maybe. They cannot see anything else. They cannot see the view, nothing. It's very, very private. So that's the beauty of having private lift because they are not able to see your unit. Your neighbors also cannot see. Who can see is just yourself, you and your family can take the private lift, and whoever you authorize to take a private lift, your guests, your friends and family, when they take a lift with you up, then they'll be greeted of this view. It's very, very, very nice. Yeah, so this 4-bedroom, incredibly rare, only 18 units, 4.1%, not many in the market, but the layout is very good and definitely, even though the price may be on the higher side because the size is very big, but there'll be a great deal of buyers that we're looking out for this kind of layout. So what does supply mean to us? Why we keep emphasizing there's only 18 units and why is it rare? What does this mean to us? Okay, if you take a look for all the 4-bedroom supply in District 22, we have Centuries, Lakefront, Lakeview, Lake Grande, Jayden, and Lake Garden. If we take a look at 1,002 square feet to 1,003 square feet, 115 units in the whole district of 4-bedroom in this size. Okay, if we take a look at 1,003 square feet and above, only 84 units in District 22. If we want to find out 1,003 square feet and above and still got private lift, we only have 73 units. So this means that, wow, if I want to buy a 4-bedroom next time in a resale market in District 22, there's only 73 units other than SORA with 4-bedroom and private lift. Yeah. So later we'll take a look about how will the lack in supply affect the resale prices in future and what does this mean to you. So let's look at 5-bedroom layout first. 5-bedroom, very similar to 4-bedroom, and that's a good thing. Once again, private lift, so these are things I won't say again because it's largely similar. I'll point out the key differences. Bedroom 3 over here, bedroom size is a bit smaller, but that's okay because most likely this could be a helper's room, could be a kid's room, could be a study room. But what I like, this one, full window because aircon latch over here, aircon latch over here. Okay, then this facing, right, yes, not that ideal, but it's not totally blocked. It's facing this way. You don't have an immediate neighbor blocking your view. So the airflow, the view, you'll possibly be facing a pocket HDB view, but at least there's still some view. And that's great. So 4 bedrooms with full queen size bed. Only bedroom 3 you can put a single bed, but that's fine. Unlikely you will need to put beds in every bedroom. Yeah. Then for master bath, wow, this is really ultimate luxury. You have a bathtub over here, so you can soak in your bathtub and enjoy the view. Why? Because the 5 bedrooms similarly facing here, this is your living room, this is your bathtub view. So you can have a glass of champagne, you sit in the bathtub, you soak inside, you can still see the lake. And nobody really can look at you. If you buy a high floor, I don't think anyone can see you in your bathtub. But you are able to have a very nice view. So this is quite rare also. If that is something that you like, you have a very nice window with the lake view in the bathtub. Bedroom 4, once again, you also have the lake view. So this is what I like about SORA because even though we don't have the same general facing, our views are not compromised. We still have the lake view. Yeah? Then wet kitchen, yeah, all this are pretty much the same. So I will not go through for this. So walk-in wardrobe for the master bedroom also have. So this is very, very good selling point. Okay, supply of 5-bedroom. Let's look at District 22, supply of 5-bedroom. These are the condos with all the 5 bedrooms. 5 bedrooms, only 35 units in the whole of District 22. Okay, 5 bedrooms with private lift, only 18 units. And these 18 units is at our neighbor, Lake Garden Residences, which means including our 18 units at SORA, we only have 36 units of 5-bedroom. Incredibly rare. Okay, so but now we keep saying, wow, very rare, very rare. What does this mean to you? So what happens when there's very little supply? Because let's take a look at case study, Treasure at Tampines. 5 bedroom, 110 units. Okay, but I tell you, the key concern of people buying a Treasure at Tampines was that, wow, Nick, Treasure at Tampines, 2,200 units. I'll be competing 2,200 units, how can I sell? But really, when you are looking to sell, you're actually only competing with the people of a similar layout. So let's say you bought a 5 bedroom in Treasure at Tampines, you are only competing about 109 other units within the development. Okay, so then we also want to look at other developments in the area in Simei, for example. Are there a lot of 5 bedrooms in this vicinity? East Point Green, 5 bedroom, 8 units. A bit older, 1998, completed. My Manhattan, biggest, 4 bedroom. Moderna, biggest, 4 bedroom. 5 bedrooms, no stock. Only 110 plus 8, 118 units. Then right now, Treasure at Tampines, 5 bedroom, only 13 units for sale out of this 110. That's about slightly more than 10% of unit for sale. Yeah. So this means very limited supply. Okay, then let's look at Treasure at Tampines performance. Wow. Treasure at Tampines, the biggest winner here, 981,000 of gains. All the way until 461,000 lah. Okay, but most of it, from here, if you take a look, the gains are all quite substantial, all quite good. So why is this the case? Because there is lack of supply. There will be people who are buying during the resale market when the condo TOP, because why? They probably are upgraders, be it a condo or HDB, they need the size, but they cannot wait. So when Treasure at Tampines 5 bedroom TOP, they go and take a look at the unit, it serves their needs, and because there's not many options, they will buy. And people who buy 5 bedroom, most of the time they are people buying for own stay. You wait 3 to 4 years already, you probably don't want to sell, or you probably don't want to rent it out. You probably just want to stay. So there's very limited supply in the market, and you are able to call a better price if you want to. And that's why they're able to make this kind of significant gains. Next, let's look at Marymount. So Marymount, we have Jadescape, TOP 2023, 5 bedroom, 2,000 square feet, only 39 units. Then let's look at Marymount area. What are the different developments with 5 bedrooms? Only Xinmin Plaza, 5 bedroom. The rest don't have 5 bedroom. You can take a look over here. Yeah. And Jadescape, 5 bedroom, only 4 units for sale. So let's look at Jadescape's profits for 5 bedroom. Wow, 1.122 million in profits in 3 years. Purchased 2020, 2023 sold 1.122. They sold at 4.55. This is a price that we can buy a freehold landed in the area. Later we'll go through. But yet sold. Because one of the greatest questions would be, Nick, this kind of price range, wouldn't people buy landed already? Why would people buy such a big 4-5 bedroom condos for new launch? Doesn't make sense, what? But now we see that there is a market for this kind of big layout types condo, because there are people who possibly prefer to stay in condo. So let's take a look. Jadescape vicinity, we have these 2 landed transactions. This is quite recent, November 2023, May 2024. Wow, this is very, very recent. Okay, we have a transaction, 3.4 million, 2,000 square feet land. This is quite likely an original condition landed that requires rebuild. Okay, 3.4 million. So in today's market, maybe to rebuild, you need to spend 1 to 1.2 or 1.5 million, depends what kind of materials you're using. Then 98 Pemimpin Terrace House, 4.338. So most likely this is a renovated unit, moving condition. But can you see that these 2 transactions is still lower than the 4.55 million transaction at Jadescape. And bear in mind, this is a 99 years leasehold. This is freehold, and this is the same area. So why is this happening? So some of the reasons that I can think of is that why people may prefer buying a condo is that for landed, there are some challenges. Number one, maintenance is a challenge. If you want to maintain a landed property, cost can be quite high. Every 10 years or 15 years, maybe you need to paint everything. Everything you have to do yourself. There's no MCST, there's no MA that helps you to maintain your unit. That's one. Number two, people who are looking for 5 bedroom, they may be people living with their parents, with their kids. So they need space. For landed, if let's say you have both aged parents, likely you need a landed with granny's room. But to find a landed with a decent sized granite room on level 1 is not easy. That is also a key challenge. So that is also another reason why maybe people may prefer a single floor plate, much bigger size condo to house everybody in, so that the whole feels of the space is bigger and everybody can interact better. Because for landed, maybe your kids on level 2, level 3, then you stay level 4, that kind of stuff, the whole family may be split up. Some people prefer single floor plate because the size feels better. But I think to me, the greatest challenge is that finding a decent sized granite room on level 1 is a challenge. And some of the older landed, they have split floors for living and dining, and even that might be a challenge to some people. Of course, you can do renovation to do it, but some people may just prefer single floor plate, bigger, and can house everybody. So that is why some people may prefer 5-bedroom. But I think more importantly is because 5-bedroom limited in supply. So you don't need 100 buyers to come and buy. You just need 5 or 7 people looking to buy, and maybe at only one time, just now we see there's like 4 listings. 5 to 7 people looking serious buyer, 5 to 7 people come and buy, they will snap out these 4 units and they are able to command a premium if they want to, and that's why we are able to see this kind of insane gains. So 4-5 bedrooms, yes, very big. Yes, you are able to buy landed maybe at a cheaper price. It may still make sense for you to purchase a new launch 4 and 5 bedroom. Okay, so in summary, let's take a look. For SORA, 1+ study, more in tune for own stay people. So if you are buying for own stay, 1+ study, very good because the size is very comfortable. If you are buying for investment, then you need to convert for 2-bed compact for better rental yield, as we shared earlier. Okay, so this is the 1+ study. 2-bedroom, go for the 667 square feet because marginal difference 3+%. If the PSF is the same, no brainer, go for the bigger size. You can appeal a larger group of buyers. 2+ study, you have 2 layout. Go for the 4 stacks we mentioned earlier, which is 23, 24, 17, 18. This should be your top choice for 2+ study. And who should buy 2+ study? If you are someone looking to buy a 2-bedroom or a 2+ study for the lake view, then this is definitely the entry to having a lake-facing unit in SORA. Or if you are someone who needs a study area, then this is only it. There's nothing else you can consider. Yeah? Okay, 3-bedroom. If you are budget constrained, then this is the layout you are looking at because this will be the most affordable 3-bedroom that we are looking at, 936 square feet. If you have slightly more budget, C2 is the one to look at because you have a yard, WC, and a home shelter. And this will serve most people's needs in the resale market. Yeah, 109 square feet is quite bang for the buck because the study area may not be needed as much to other people. But let's say, for example, you really need a study, then we'll recommend C5S. Because why? You can hack down this wall and have a landscape living area. So this will appeal more buyers. Then 4-5 bedroom, no brainer. If you are looking for a 4-5 bedroom in the area, then this 4 and 5 bedroom, there's only 1 stack. It will make a lot of sense because the layout is efficient, no wastage of space, views are maximized. Yeah, and as we can see, in terms of gains, there will be gains. And for 4-5 bedroom, maybe at the start might be hard to sell, but in the long run, at any given point in time, there won't be too many units selling. So you just need to hold until there's a good time. You come and sell, you may be the only unit selling. Yeah, because all these are, you see 4 units for sale, you see Treasure, 13 units for sale. These are fairly new TOP projects. So some people may have changed your plans and things like that. But if let's say you stay there for a good 3 to 5 years, at that juncture, maybe there is no unit for sale, maybe you are the only unit for sale, and you are able to command that premium. And people will still pay because there's no supply. Yeah, so I hope you benefit from today's in-depth analysis. We really put in a lot of effort going through all of this. If you need help in analyzing, be it SORA or any other projects, please feel free to reach out. My name is Nicholas. I hope you have benefited from this video. Thank you.